Good evening, welcome to another edition of That Millwall podcast. I'm Mickey Simpson, the twat below is Omar, you know that, and we have the original, the first, Frankie Statman. It does seem as if fucking everyone's stealing our fucking names, but anyway, Frankie Statman.
They can have that, mate, to be fair.
And the skin fade champion, the one and only Omar. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, mate. How are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm looking forward to this. The three of us on. We've been giving each other abuse all week. Frankie's starting to give us abuse. I think tonight could be a roller coaster of events. We've got lots to cover. And I think, we're going to start how we mean to go on. And it's all good. So good evening to the chat. Good evening, Connor. Good evening, Cole. Good evening, to us, I suppose. Yeah, that little podcast. There you go. Good evening, Chris. Good evening, Floki. Good evening, Leslie. Good evening, Peter Sullivan. So much so that you said it too. Fucking hell, Floki. Yeah, it's hot, mate. Yeah. Betty Swallock's mate all round, I think. Paul Edmund, Gaza Lion 22. Good evening. You're a bit too early for the predictions. You will get a bad mark for that one. So we'll bring you down on that one. Peter Sullivan, good evening again. Fucking hell, Dan Riggs, Londoner, Andrew Roberts. Is that the real Andrew Roberts or is that the other Andrew Roberts? Mark Murphy, Daniel Barnett. Good evening. You're not the same one from last week. I think it's Daniel Clements, isn't it, with the baby? Dane Bennett, good evening. Mitch Lyon, good evening. Andrew Cahill, Colin, Gaza, Lions, Raw, etc., etc. There's fucking loads of you, and I'm not going to do it all. I'm getting bored now. Have you all had a good week, gentlemen, on the show?
Not too shabby, mate.
How are you, mate? You good?
Oh, I'm living the dream, mate. Absolutely fucking living the dream. Roll on next week when the missus and that go away with the kids for a week. So, next Friday will be lively because it'll be on my own. I can run around the house naked all day. No, I don't know.
Just thought I should.
We don't live together, so don't worry. Can you please make sure that you do like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed? The reason you do subscribe is it just helps us get in front of the right people, more Millwall fans, people who you follow, etc., or people who follow you and all that sort of madness. My boys walked into this room 3 times tonight. I don't know why. So it is what it is. Where am I? I just need to press the right button and then we can crack on. Anything you boys want to say first?
Just run the fucking intro.
That might be the first time we've had a "It Is What It Is" before even the intro.
Oh, yeah. Just before I press the intro, congratulations to my daughter who got her university of choice, her first choice, and she's going to go study law. So that's me sorted for football in the future. No more having to pay for a brief. Without further ado, let's hit Johnny's intro.
Language you don't usually hear on television. Millwall in London's Dockland.
No one likes it, but we don't care. We're that Millwall podcast. Loud every Friday night right here. Legends like Jimmy and Abdul take a share in the kitchen or two. Super Neil Harris a fucking legend too. Through the good times and this life, we support the Lions all our life. This ain't those plates for fancy feet. This is fucking Millwall through and through. Located on our very own John Ferguson way. Let them all come, let them have their say. Millwall till we die. With that Millwall podcast, loud every Friday night right here.
There we go. We are back. I'm ready to go. There's a few bits and pieces we need to discuss. The first one, I suppose, what I'll get your thoughts on, gents, just pure and simply because it shocked me. Alfie, depending what show you listen to get the surname correct, but I'm sure our one and only person who got the name correct on the first attempt. Omar, what's his name?
Alfie Doughty.
There we go. He had 18 passes into the opposition penalty area last on the first game, I think, last week, and that was the best debut for a midfielder in all the games last week. So yeah, 18 passes within the penalty area. Is it anything less than what you'd expect from him?
Whilst playing at fullback from my side as well. So yeah, I mean, look, it's Alfie Doughty, isn't it? It's what we signed him for, and it's carbon copy goal to what we saw against Sutton, as Alex Neil's quick say after the game. And
it's conference, mate. What are you doing? You wouldn't let fucking Langstaff have it, so fucking we're not letting him have it. Do you know what I mean?
Langstaff didn't score that goal, mate.
What's that?
So it was Langstaff's goal you're now shitting on, by the way.
No, I know. Listen, you lot cunted him for scoring 3 against Sutton, and I'm just
Not
saying,
him,
you know,
you.
don't mention Sutton in the same breath, or mention someone else and say that it was good when Langstaff wasn't. London Lion says I'm pissed. What a comment, eh?
yeah, well,
Will he be banned by the end of the show?
it's Friday night. I wish I was pissed as well. Honestly, I could do with a beer, but yeah. No, look, Alfie Doughty, mate. That's what it says on the tin, quite literally, I think, with him. And yeah, he's a great addition to the sides, and I think it's a sign of things to come, mate. It's just, yeah, I mean, Saturday was a whirlwind. Talking about it now is bringing it all back. Great day out, and yeah, watching Millwall get 3 points away from home at Carrow Road for the first time in 57 years. It doesn't get better than that, Mickey. It doesn't get better than that.
It doesn't absolutely. So yeah, our Debs just said obviously she gets her brains from her dad. I fucking don't think so, but I'm really proud of her. Do you know what? I'm really proud. But the scary bit is she's going to be living in halls. So I've got a month left before she moves out, and that's the scary bit.
But
so yeah, we'll see. Right, I've got you two boys on. I'll put an extra bit into the show notes because, as everyone knows, I admit that my football knowledge is just slightly better than Dan's from another show. So I'm going to put that out there now. Mill's defensive shape, pressing, and the transitions. How are you finding it this season? As you two are both football knowledgeable people.
Yeah, I guess. Frankie, go on. What do you make of it?
So. Do I think of our defensive setup and our press?
Yes.
Yeah, I think our defensive setup's really interesting. I think you naturally see, particularly on the right hand side, obviously you see Crammer holding a lot of the width out there, and is a vocal point going forward. I think that's really interesting. And then because you watch, everyone else has to shift around right. Tanganga slips across, and he almost occupies like a right-sided centre back role. More what you would see normally in the back three. Cooper comes over more as well. When it goes out to the left, it's very different in terms of you wouldn't trust Cooper to go out into them more wider areas. So a centre mid drops in. We have a lot of movement, particularly in the back. You asked the fucking question, mate. So you can sit with your eyes closed.
Oh no, I'm just. I've got no idea, mate. It's mellowing into a fucking centre left back, fucking midfield, fucking, you know, fake 9, fucking fake number 2, fucking guru, this, that. I've got no idea. And Omar's just throwing you out there, mate, because Omar's not even coming in with like.
Listen, it's not the defensive shape for me. It's just we spent the majority of the show over the years whilst watching Gary Wright's football, whilst watching Neil Harris get us out of a pickle, and Joe Edwards in charge. I remember just constantly banging the drum of Millwall teams needs to be direct down the wing, get the balls in the wide areas, get the balls into the box, have 2 up top. And Saturday was everything and more for me as a Millwall supporter for what exactly I'm after. You know, you got 2 vocal points. The second goal in particular, it's obviously it's the first goal, isn't it? It's been banged. Everyone's been banging the drum about it online, and like all the people that are the neutrals that are tipping us to do well. It was a flick on from Coburn. Ivanovic gets it out of his feet, plays it over the top to Crammer. Crammer gets it down the wing, ball into the box. His body's in the box. It's my sort of Millwall team that I've been begging for absolute years, and we've got it. We've got it, mate. And yeah, without the ball, we hunt in numbers. We go after them. And look, it's refreshing. It's refreshing, mate.
Do you remember when we started this many years ago that we used to have the conversations on Minister game? What we need is a director of football. And then eventually we've now got a director of football. And then it was like what you saying there. We need down the wings, Millwall style, 4-4-2, two up front, and now we're starting to doing it.
It's
It's,
no
more,
coincidence.
it's more than that, though, isn't it?
No,
It's
no, I
not,
think
it's
you're
not
missing.
just that.
No, I agree that. I think you're missing the point. Let me just say what I'm saying. Right, is that
That's
we are
fucking ironic. After,
we are
after you sort of
leaders.
mid-sentence
What I'm
there.
saying is we are leaders, right? That people listen and follow. Right? Is that we said we need a football director, a director of football. We now have one. Omar said we need to be playing wings. We need two up front. He said about the directors too, but we're giving that one there, right? We've got it. I sat there and said we need to be having away days on the pre-season tour. We banged on about this from day one, didn't we? Right? We got it now. 2 years on the trot. We're allowed to go over to Spain and watch the team play. We sat there and said that the commercial offering is a bit shit. It's now a lot better. We've now got the lounge is upgraded. What we said, we need to come into the modern era, which we're hit on in a little bit. That's now done. Fuck off, Frankie, you prick. And also shirts. When have we ever had a home shirt out before July, before fucking August, ever? And we've got all three shirts out, pretty much by the beginning of August. That is unbelievable. Do you know what I mean?
It's no coincidence.
Not really relevant to the question you asked, though, is it?
Yeah,
but it went off bits here. But the playing.
Yeah, Mickey, it's no coincidence though as well. Like the team's winning, all the stuff you just listed wouldn't be relevant if the team's not doing well, right? Let's have it right. If the team's not doing well, people find things to moan about. But it's no coincidence everyone's singing off the same hymn sheet, everyone's feeling happy, excited. It's like it's almost like if you play to your DNA, what I believe we are, and as a club, everyone's happy. If we win games, the confidence just oozes through everyone, and that was there to be seen on Saturday. It was there to be seen on Tuesday, even despite making wholesale changes. Like it's a real feel-good factor at the minute, and I just want to savour it whilst we can because it doesn't last forever as a Mill fan. I know that for a fact, and yeah, it's enjoyable. 100%.
And we wouldn't be here if we didn't do it. Do you know what I mean? So, we wouldn't be able to enjoy our show so much if we just won every game. It'll be there. Londoner, we'll come back to that in a minute, mate. Plus all three shirts are bang. We'll come back to that in a little bit, but yeah. I think also with the way we're playing, the set pieces are a lot more efficient. They look now, we've got the right players to be able to make the set pieces work, and we've got strikers what can score with the ball, even though Lenny did score on Saturday.
Go on, Frankie.
Lenny looks, if he's suddenly... It's his final season, isn't it? Whether or not he makes it to the end of the season, he looks as if he's just suddenly... He looks like he's your old championship car, what you've got, your old, classic car, and it takes, good quality petrol, and someone's taken it out for a test drive and either put shit 4-star in it or they've put a bit of diesel in it, and it's having a little issue. But he still scored a goal, and he's still going to be Lenny. So... or Lendog, as the club's called him in the years. I just hope that we don't see a massive deterioration during this season with him, and they keep playing him and doing. I think that he's been a fantastic servant for us, hasn't he? What, am I on the show on my own now or something? Or Frankie?
What the fuck is my point? Was you pointing at me?
Yeah.
I'm not pointing at you at all, but I just figured I spoke a bit and Frankie was sitting there quietly. So I thought, hey, let's bring you in.
I mean, yeah, Lenny is getting older, right? And it does show. So I think he's one that needs to be managed. We need to manage his game times. And I think that ultimately this probably will be his last season at this level. It wouldn't shock me if maybe he could stretch a couple more years out of his career if he was to drop into a defensive role in a midfield three or into centre back. Could he maybe get a couple more years out of himself? I think so. It's a shame that he was so injury prone. He was younger, otherwise he'd have had a proper career at Millwall. But he's right back, and Lenny's probably the only position that I'm really concerned about. I think Cramer's been excellent out there, but I'd like to see Cramer at centre back, and long term we need a long term solution at right back. So I don't think Cramer is that.
Yeah, I mean, it helps Mickey, by the way, when you talk to Pete and you're leading the show, that you go, Mickey, what do you think? Because then you tee up you to come in and talk. Just put that one out there into the abyss. Like, listen, I can show you how to do it.
Frankie, what's your thoughts then on Omar now being removed from the fucking show?
That was the best minute of my life. Then 2 seconds he was gone. Really good. Yeah.
No, look, on Leonard, right, for being serious, I think we all watched the first 15, 20 minutes thinking, God, he's looking a bit out of sorts here on Tuesday. I think in fairness to someone like that, he strikes me as a sort of player that wants the run of games, wants the consistency. It's not something he's probably going to get with the form and the showing of Crammer. I think a lot can be said about it's his first showing of the season, first start. You can't get away from, we speculated in pre-season, you can't get away from the fact that he 33 now, and he's obviously had his fair share of injuries. But I would have no hesitation if, God forbid, something happened to Crammer and he was injured or whatever. I'd have no hesitation having Leonard in that position because he wouldn't let us down. He'd give it his all. And I do think we need to cut him some slack a little bit for Tuesday. The first 10, 15 minutes, if people are starting to read too much into that, it's fair to come to conclusion, say he looks a yard off it, whatever. But at the same time, it's his first showing since start pre-season. He was injured towards the end of last season. I think it's just sometimes, you need to. It's easy to just judge one performance and think, oh, that's it, he's on his way out. It probably is his last season for Millwall, but cool, what a player he's been for us the last 5-6 years, considering where he was when he first signed for us.
Omar.
Yes.
Is he the best Harris signing we've still in the era where over the last year or two where we've still had players playing?
In the last year or two, he signed at the same time as Tom. He signed at the same time as Tom Bradshaw. Let's not forget. It's definitely Jake Cooper, by the way, just for the record.
It has to be. He's the only one who's still here 2 years later. So
yeah, it has to be Jake Cooper for longevity, and Hutchinson too. I know Hutchinson fell off the cliff last season.
Yeah, but I meant this in age wise. I mean, because there was a lot of them. Obviously, him, Saville. I mean, Saville. Realistically, we got rid of Saville and got the Aussie, which is an upgrade, which is a better upgrade, cheaper and better update. And we done the same with Honeyman. We've got a better replacement. Are we going to do the same with Lenny, or are we just going to keep Lenny and then maybe get rid of him towards the end of the season?
Well, the club also had Harry Buban, didn't they? Play a lot in pre-season. Like, there's opportunities on the horizon for our younger players to have the opportunity to impress and get into the side. Let's not forget as well, we've got Danny McNamara to come back from injury. We don't know what he's going to come back as. I think the club have done the right thing to say they're not really too bothered about the right back position purely because of the form of Crammer. I keep saying it all the time. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. But if Tanganga was to leave, it changes our whole approach of what we do on a knife edge, pretty much. Like that would shift everything because Crammer would probably be in centre half, probably look for another centre half, probably look for another right back at that position. That's when it's a bit more shit, battle stations here. But I think, yeah, I'm not too concerned about the squad. I still would like to see us add another attacker in the wide areas, maybe. But Marku's showing on Tuesday night is worth a mention because I thought he was really good, especially really good. Half.
So who'd you rather race then, Omar? Marku or Lenny?
Is it what kind of race is it? Is it a beer drinking contest? Because
no, it'll be 100 meters or 400 meters, whichever way you want.
If they can,
and remember now we're in the fan media. We're in the fan media insight now. We could actually make this happen.
Listen, I've never called on a race with either player or any player.
No, you lying bastard! You did.
I've never said I'd have a race.
You said he was slow as fuck, and you could beat.
I've never said that. I've
Viewers,
never.
Please
I've never said that. I have just said people think Amarka is rapid. I don't think he's as fast as what people actually think he is. That doesn't mean I'm going to beat him. No chance.
You said you could beat him.
No chance. Frankie, please settle this.
Frankie weren't on the show then, I don't think.
No, I was. I was when he said that Amarka was slow.
Yeah, and he said that he could beat him, didn't he?
I don't remember that bit, mate.
Thank you.
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it in bullshit, but I don't remember that bit. Back to the topic at hand. I think the difficult thing with right back as well, when we talk about a long-term succession plan, none of us have any idea what sort of state Danny's going to come back to
No.
Danny can come back and he can get himself back into the team and back in and around it, that might answer a lot of these questions.
John Parr, sorry, we're not writing Lenny off, mate. Lenny would still give his all and fucking stop an opposition goal if he was on two crutches with fucking every part of his body in fucking plaster, mate. That geezer is probably one of the most Millwall type players. As in putting himself. Well, he does. He puts himself in it. Yeah, but he does, doesn't he? I mean, you think about it realistically. He will put himself in front of someone's foot, etc. And he is, isn't he? He is that. And when you say Millwall type player, I don't know if it's like him, but as in like he will do anything to stop a goal or to defend a goal. He will do anything in his locker.
I love to say Millwall type player, but I just think it's something that a lot of people don't like saying nowadays anymore. But I'm happily tell you that. But it's almost got a negative connotation nowadays, which is ridiculous in the first place for me. I think I agree with you, Mickey, for what you've said there and your points. Like he would give his all for the cause. He's a great member to have in the squad. He's probably one of the senior players now at this point. That kind of, in fact, when I interviewed Danny McNamara, he did turn around and say what I spoke about.
Sorry, let me just pick that name up. Oh.
Did you know I interviewed Danny McNamara? Anyway, but he did. I asked the question: who drums in the Millwallness in this Millwall squad? He mentioned Cooper. He mentioned Lenny. He mentioned these sort of players. He mentioned himself because obviously he's a Millwall fan. I think he even mentioned Billy Mitchell as well. So like but Leonard is definitely well thought of amongst the squad. He's one of those players that will give his all for the cause. And he scored a great goal, let's not forget, on Tuesday night as well, with his left peg, wasn't it? And obviously it meant a lot to him. I think it's the first goal he's scored in over 5 years. Good luck to him.
Yeah, we're not slagging him off in any way. I think it's just, it was sad to see such a demise from what we're used to, but he's
and again, I don't think it's a demise personally, but I get where you're coming from, Mickey, and I get what a lot of people conclude on Tuesday, especially in the first half showing. But I just think there's always circumstance to these sort of things, and I think first game we've seen him play this season. Let's you know what I mean.
I thought he started last season quite slowly, and then he got injured, and when he come back from injury, he actually was a lot better after the rest. So there's still life in there. He is still man for man one of the best defenders in this league.
Yeah. And anyone going forward for us three, we can keep winding Simon up because by the time he gets to where we are, he's always going to be behind. So he's always going to be 20 minutes behind where we are. So we can say whatever we want now, but we can get an answer in 20 minutes. What could really make it interesting, couldn't it? Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Good evening, Simon, by the way, as well. Thanks for joining us. Thanks everyone for joining us, as always.
Yeah, as always. Need to press like. Right then, gents. Moving on, and fuck me, I am within the timescales of the show. We've even going off tangent a little bit. So, the new lounge. I don't think you boys have seen it properly. You've seen bits of it. There is a video what went round, and everyone's going to see it tomorrow, mate. And people have seen it already. So, hopefully, we won't get in too much trouble. If you don't see us on the fan media anymore, this is why. Have a look. Just watch this video. It's only about 30 seconds. And then I want your honest opinion, not, fucking everything. Just literally, if you were walking into this place, like the video shows, it's your first time, take Millwall way out of it. But if you've ever been into the lounge before and knew what it looked like, look now and let us know your comment as soon as we come back into the comments, yeah? And I'll take your two boys' views once I come straight back individually, okay? I don't want you shouting out.
Right, to all you lot who used to come in the lounge, this is the door that brings you up to the lounge before. This is now what the lounge looks like, the new Millwall lounge. We're at a taster day today. The place is absolutely mint. Absolutely mint. So you've got tables of 2, 4 and that. You've got the mirrors, the windows, that now look out to the ground. This is more Mayfair than Millwall, mate. This is our new lounge. Absolutely mint.
So then get comments in the comments. Let us know what you think. Omar, it's more Millwall than Mayfair than Millwall, which I agree with. I think it does look a bit like that, and I do like that saying. I think that's a proper mustard saying. And that door where he walked in, that door is basically the middle door. So if you come in where reception is, or the one over where the players' lounge is, that's the door there. So where the old bar was, so as you come up the normal stairs through the exec lounge bit, you come in through that door, you turn right and go all the way down. That next door beside the bar, that's the door where they've walked in there. And then the new bar, which is Doherty's, is where the old players' lounge in the kitchen was.
Gotcha.
So where the bar
Understood.
was at the far end, that's all been ripped out, and that's got a wall up, and then the bar's behind there.
Cheers for that, Mickey.
That's what I mean.
No, I think it looks good. Looks good to me. It needed. Let's be honest. It needed a reshape. It needed some sprucing up, should we say? I think it fits. I think it fits in well at Millwall. To be honest, they done. Let's be honest. They done a great job on Harry's bar, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Year before last, and I think they've done the same here. It fits into. I don't think it's gone too upmarket. There's no like marble floor or anything stupid there, or anything that's like over the odds. I think it's a good improvement. A lot of people say it looks like a Wetherspoons, but I don't get that vibe at all, to be honest. There's no carpet on the floor for starters. Where's the Wetherspoons carpet, I'd say? But no,
And
look,
and
it will be shown. Yeah, I think they've done really good. And I think fair play to Mill for putting money into it and investing in it.
Dan Riggs, right? You're sitting there going, no, it's £28 for a burger and fucking chips. When was the last time you bought food at Millwall? So, you're sitting there moaning. Listen, realistically, right? It's there to rake in money. And I tell you now, if they turn over a couple of million in there, more than what they're doing already, then that couple of million's going on to new players. So realistically, I think it is what it is. I've been moaning and moaning that we're like 10, 15 years commercially behind other clubs and can't compete. And we're now, Gaza London, I think that's missing at the moment, mate. I think they will be on those huge doors will open out into the stadium. They will be blinds on their shoulders.
I think he's going back to what Peter Sullivan said. Can they serve beer in that lounge? Of course they can. They'll just pull blinds down when the game starts. This is what they've done previously. Yeah, so it's like you can't drink beer inside the pitch,
Not allowed
right?
to drink during the game now, are you?
No, so they'll just pull the blinds down and then people can't view the pitch whilst having a beer. So I'm sure it looks good, and obviously it looks like they maximise the space. There's a lot of tables there, more punters, more money. Frankie, what do you think, mate?
Visually, I think it looks incredible. You can see it's a chalk and cheese step on from what it was before, which was whilst Millwall, and we all probably had like an emotional attachment to it because it was old and it was the den, but it was proper dated and it felt that way. And I can imagine from a club's perspective, if you're trying to market it to corporate, the old one would have been an absolute disaster for that sort of thing. I do have questions about the new one in the sense of you look at the price point of it, you look at some of the food they served, and I think maybe they've gone a little bit too far down the route of this is for corporate and it's no longer for Millwall fans. That's my personal opinion on it. I get the commercial element of you have to do that, and that's fine. I also would argue that if you're bringing a corporate client to the den, which I'm sure you do regularly, Mickey, you wouldn't want to take them to somewhere like, well, I was trying to pick you up, mate.
Don't take your presents.
But you wouldn't take them somewhere serving raw deer, would you? And do you know what I mean? There has to be some sort of middle ground.
I think you are right though. I think what you're saying is that you've got to have a very set line to a degree and go, look, right, you want it to attract corporate, you want it to attract that level of customer who doesn't really care about paying, 150, 200, 250, 300 quid for a ticket. I mean, company I work for has got box at Chelsea and they pay ridiculous money for, I think, 4 or 5 tier, ridiculous money. But it is good, the hospitality there is good, isn't it, Omo? It's a level above, mate. So, it is worth it if you're taking guests. But you don't want to end up alienating your core fan base. But then again, how many of the alien core fan base use that room regular? And if it was for birthdays or special occasions, realistically, they would probably still use it.
Well, yeah, the thing is, Mickey, I think we talk in a world where, especially in football, we obviously have our model of transfer business that's trying to strike up the revenue and try and then hopefully improve us in the long run. But it's a bit like everyone talking about Newcastle of late, the buzzword and like PSR and all this stuff. You either get with the times or you get left behind, unfortunately. And that is, if the club wants to succeed, which they do, the ownership wants to succeed, it doesn't affect me because I don't go there anywhere near as much as probably some people that have season tickets there that have been. I feel for them people, like especially if they get priced out of it and it's something they've been doing for the last 10, 15, 20 years. But ultimately, it's there for a sprucey day out to go to the football and spend 300 quid like an occasion, like you say, Mickey, and people that can afford to do it through their business and write off whatever they do with it. That stuff is over my head by far grade. But it's ultimately you either get with the times or you get left behind. It's just it's a tick box exercise to try and succeed off the pitch that brings more money into the club, and that's ultimately what it is, really.
Andy Herbert has the best comment so far. It's okay, good for revenue, not my cup of tea. Best place to watch football is no seats, just concrete with steel poles. Luckily, if there's covers as well from the rain. But that's the way to watch football, innit? Do you know what I mean? Forget all your seats and someone going, "Oh, you're in my seat. Sit down, mate. Sit down, mate." It's literally you just stand all together on the fucking terrace, mate, and have it from there.
We've been lucky enough to go up there a couple of times, right? And like I always feel like I'm out of place there because I'm trying to fucking get into the game and standing up and singing and trying to get like the same way I do. I feel like I end up kicking every ball watching Millwall play. I can't help it. It's just how I am. It's not for me, but I would enjoy it for the one-off occasion that I get to try and use it. And
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that bit where you sat there and go, "It's not for me," and I'm thinking, "That's all right. Then that's a free ticket. I don't have to offer you anymore." So yeah. So know what I mean? So yeah.
But no, if like listen, if the opportunity comes my way, I'll take the hand-me-down. Don't get me wrong. But my point is like. It's not how you enjoy football. You enjoy football going to the pub, having a few, going to the game, having a sing song, and then you go back to the pub for a few more. It's nice to do on the odd occasion, but we're the wrong demographic to be talking about it quite clearly. But I think clearly the club have got a big push to try and drum up the revenue, not only on a match day but on non-match days, and that is a good venue to host team building stuff or Christmas parties or like big corporate events. There will be loads of stuff I'm sure that will happen. You've got parking spaces there. There's loads that come with it. Do you know what I mean?
That's it. I mean, you listen now that most of the corporate stuff is all being shut down, like most of the office space and all that lot's all being closed down, and you just go, it's easy to get to. It's London Bridge, one train. Even realistically, you could see the club, or not the club, the people who are running it now, potentially could put a coach on from London Bridge, pick people up from London Bridge. You're straight into the ground. It looks a nice, bright environment to do, training or events and shit like that. So, hopefully now that with the email that went out with this, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the name. I should really know because they are a customer of mine as well on other properties. But if they do live events and that, I mean, they have a nightclub at Chelsea.
They do.
They do, yeah, because that's where we went when we went to the exec place.
I didn't go, but yeah, no, but mate, it's a money spinning thing. But we went to Talksport. Talksport's in the Shard, right?
No,
you could probably if you think I should Talksport, okay. But anyway,
no, we did, but it's not in the Shard. The Shard, it's the building opposite. It's in the news building opposite London Bridge.
But imagine Talksport with say 200 employees in there. They could probably rent that out and be there within 20 minutes off it door to door. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's there as a money revenue stream, and it needed it. And I'm sure the club will capitalise on it, especially with the new lot we've got in charge.
I think my issue with it still is, and I'm hearing everything you're saying. I completely agree with everything you're saying about it. It is for corporate. It's not for us. I get that. I actually do appreciate the fact that you have got Doherty's Bar that is clearly marketed and designed for Millwall fans still, where we've still got a place and a home in that sort of setting. So I do appreciate that. I think my issue with it is, if you were taking corporate clients to the Den for a football game, you're not expecting to have a starter of fucking venison tartar and a main of salted celeriac, because it isn't in keeping with what you've paid for and what you're going to expect.
No, I agree with you there.
Do fish and chips, but do it really, really fucking well. Make it.
Yeah, I think that's if my only thing there is, I think they should have used And it's what we spoke with another fellow we went to Chelsea with in another place where we talked is don't be afraid of what Millwall is. Use it. And, do pie and mash, but do it, do it to a level. Do fish and chips. Do it to a level. Do, chairman's cottage pie, whatever it is, but do it to a level. Don't just do it what you'll get down a greasy calf. Just do it, or the greasy spoon even, that's the word I was looking for. But just do it to a level of where people will eat it. Because people will always eat pie and, shit like that. It's there, but, yeah, do you want marinated prawns 16 ways and shit like that? No, you probably don't, do you know what I mean?
Do you know what, though? You're right. The majority would say that, but I guarantee there's some people that well love the whole, exec hospitality experience,
but they wouldn't be going to Millwall, mate. They'd be going to Chelsea.
Yeah, but no, but I'm sure there is some Millwall fans that have a pound note, not short of it.
There's fucking loads of them.
Well, this is what I'm saying. So maybe we're playing down. I understand your point, Frankie. You're thinking go Millwall and do pie and mash, but do it upper class. I get what you're trying to say there. But I'm sure there is probably some Millwall fans out there, whether we like to think it or not, that probably do enjoy sitting there and enjoying the prawn sandwich brigade.
There is, there's one of them. Who is it? Let me think. Dan, were you an old exec lounge? Did you have an old exec lounge? And are you now being put into Doherty's? Is that basically where the old exec lounge tickets are now? Is that where you go? So instead of where you're just going to the lounge and you'll stand around, you buy your drink, you don't get the food. Is that pretty much where you go now? And then the whole of the lounge, what's there with the tables, is basically you'll get a 4-course meal if you're in number 11, I think it is now, in it, and then the 80 and 85 is going to be the other way. I think that's potentially how they're going to do it.
I thought you was going to set my Alexa off when you were saying exact lounge there. I was like, come on, Mickey, get the word out.
Alexa, set an alarm for 10 minutes. Alexa, set an alarm for 5 minutes. Alexa.
Right, you've had it now.
Phone 911.
And Frankie's criticising. He's got an NFL top at the back there, the most corporate sport
Alexa,
in the
stop.
Yeah.
The most corporate sport, like what they do in American sport. It's way of the times, isn't it? Is that new top, by the way, Frankie? Is that new?
No, it's been in your time, mate.
Okay.
He's been getting shit for it
the
for
New
the
England
last
Patriots
2 weeks.
aren't Millwall, mate. One of them's one of the biggest sports franchises in the world. The other one's Millwall.
And it's a
Do you know
dickhead what owns.
It's not the same thing.
And the dickhead what's been mouthing off about Rooney last week.
Yeah, Rooney's a dickhead, though. But Tom Brady made a bit of a prat himself, didn't they? So.
Oh, there you go. Now, Chris, before we move on to something else, before I move on to something else, now that is an interesting question. So come on in, Omar. A Millwall pie. What would be your Millwall pie?
Okay, it would be Stella infused steak and liquor. There you go. Did you want that answer? Are you happy?
Frankie, what's your pie?
Guinness, steak and onion.
Oh,
fuck knows.
Yeah, but Stella infused, right? And then you get a sides of proper man's chips, right? So they're proper ridgy cut chips. You happy now?
Yeah,
and it's served with brown sauce. HP though, not Daddy's. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely HP.
And then we're on our way. And I reckon I will try it. There you go. I'd give that a go.
Yeah, I think.
What's yours, Mickey? What's yours? Come on.
Mine would be a proper steak and potato pie with a proper gravy. I'll probably do steak, potato, and thingy peas. Yeah, and probably.
I would go to the exact lounge for the day if they bring back the match day special. I'm there.
Yeah, what, the chicken curry and chips?
Then I'm there. Match day special with a pint. I am there. I'd come to the exact lounge and I'd enjoy every single second of it if they brought the match day special back.
And also, I'm hearing a rumor, which I can't say, but I'm hearing that there are some potential good pies coming.
I thought you were going to tell me to bring the match day special back, and I was going to get really excited.
You mean the chicken curry?
Chicken curry and chips, mate.
Yeah.
And you'd be
I am lobbying people in the background, and I have done for about the last 8 months. And this is my plea, right? So I'm saying, look, right, match day on the Saturday, not really. You could do with maybe a jacket potato or something different what people can hold one-handed with their beer, right? Something where you can carry rather than those fucking
Jacket
German
potato at
sausage and
football.
burgers, right? When you're getting there, if you're hungry, right? When you've had
Tuesday
shit
night would
load
be
of
good, I
beer.
reckon, Frankie.
Yeah,
I'd have that on
Tuesday
Tuesday
night
night.
would be
I'd have that on Tuesday.
Tuesday night, you want to do what you used to do: a little pot, little tub, chips, curry sauce with the chicken chopped on top, mate. About $5.50, I think it was, wasn't it? Something like that, £6 or
Yeah.
so, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And then
that.
literally, they had the big fucking vat of it at the back, and they just used to scoop it, go plop. There you go, and off you go. That's what you need, because people have been at work all day, get to the ground late, don't want to be eating burgers and shit because they used to look as if they'd been there a week. But the chicken curry and chips was mustard. And if you knew the people on the counter, you used to get a bit more chips, so it's nice. Soaked in, beer, it was nice and salty. It was a nice, and that's what I've been lobbying to sit there and do. So, V or anyone from the new catering department, it's fairly straightforward. Chicken, curry, in a big pot, chips, that's it. And if you can just put that Millwall meal deal, that Millwall podcast meal deal, that'd be it. Or Omer's lunch. There we go.
Yeah, for fuck's sake, Greg Wallace has turned up. Good one from Chris Brown.
Mick, we're still trying to figure out what the executive season ticket meal deal is. But you don't know how much it costs.
Oh, what you mean? Hang on, you mean the? No, I don't know what it costs yet, but we do know what it. Yeah, the season ticket deal. You mean? Yeah, meal deal. Yeah. I don't think that's. I think that's the standard meal deal for season ticket, not the exec. I don't know what the exec is. So.
Do you know what? If there's one thing actually, and I will give Mill some credit for it, but they've got loads of bars and loads of options. But one thing I would like to improve on a match day experience, if I could lobby anything, it would be the ability to pour pints quicker from the fucking kiosks. All right.
I've got a feeling that's coming soon as well.
And South Stand, if you're quite clever with it, I don't want to tip too many people off to this, but if you go down bang on 45, you open the doors open, the doors open, and the blue bus is there, and you can get your drink straight away if you time it. But if you choose not to want to go outside or leave early, I wish there's a way where I can have a pint waiting for me as I go down the stairs instead of sending one of the boys down.
You should be able to pre-order, shouldn't you?
Yeah, you should.
You know, like when you go to
could you imagine?
When you go to a studio, you know, like when you go to a theatre. I mean, it'll be a fucking nightmare. Let's be honest, right? That yes, you know, there's 2 pints of Guinness with Omar's name written on it. Because I'd turn up and I'll go, "Thank you," and that'll be the, you know, I mean, fuck's sake, we still use kids' tickets and shit like that and giving. So you know, it'll be a nightmare. But there must be a way of doing. We know they've got the fast four at Spurs and West Ham. They got the bottom. From the bottom, so you should be able to do it. We've had them.
You still wait for a pint, though, mate. Even if you go to Spurs or West Ham, you still are waiting for a pint. Do you know
what though? Right, just for future, right? If you're with your pals who you want to play tricks on, you know the top and the bottom where it fills up from the bottom. While your mate's sitting there drinking it, just go, and it basically pops the lid and it floats and. All the beer drips all over their thingy, mate. So,
I knew that'd be something you'd do anyway, Mickey. So that's just, just testament to you.
There you go, boys. Where do you buy drinks on match day? We used to do Blue Anchor, but now most people now are going to the fan zone early.
Match day experience is not too shabby. I have to say.
No, that's it.
Just how much it is on Saturday for a pint.
Yeah, £16.50. No, I think it'll probably still be the same. But I think a lot of that's the same wherever you go, though, isn't it? Now within football, they seem to do it right. Are you ready, gents? I'm going to have a bit of a moan now and take the piss out of people to a degree.
All right, nothing new.
I don't know how much of you have been watching the news. Listen, I'm not going to be condoning IPTV or fucking internet TV or streaming or, boxes or anything else, right? But you've got to ask yourself one thing. Why do so many people have a box? And let me get his name. Jonathan Litch from Sky. Sky's managing director, Jonathan Litch, who after his quote, realistically, I don't think you deserve to be a managing director because you really have an IQ of a fucking dead frog. It's fair to say that Saturday 3 p.m. has been a good point for privacy coming into this market from various places and the potential end of the blackout due to illegal streaming. And you're like, so what? So we get rid of 3 p.m. blackout so that, hang on. What, your company can show 3 p.m. games what you can charge people more money for, and then you think that's going to stop streaming overnight. You think that's going to stop it because people don't watch streaming because of the 3 p.m. kickoff. People watch streaming because you are money grabbing bastards. Because if you look at, like Kieran Maguire said the other day, if you look at not StreamYard, that's who we use for the video. If you look at Spotify, they got their price point right. If you remember when we used to sit there in Napstar and this and that, where we used to sit there and download all the stream music and everything else, they got their price point right, and people went, actually, 5, 6, 8, 9 quid, 10 quid is about right. And most people have a Spotify account, and they watch and they listen to music, audiobooks, whatever it is. It's a fair price. The problem is, fucking Sky is absolutely fucking horrendous. I mean, so I have a list here of Sky rounds. So there we go. United Kingdom for Sky to be able to watch Premiership, right? $34.99 a month, or you can get Now Sports 12-month saver, which is £28 a month. Germany, £38 a month to watch Prem. Italy, £21 a month. Austria, £26 a month. Ireland, £33 a month. Spain, £33 a month. Australia, £28 a month. And New Zealand, £27 a month.
And what's it in the UK again?
$34.99.
Okay.
There is a saver option.
That's just Sky, right?
That's the package to be able to. On what I wrote it down. That's as well as leasing your Sky box and stuff on top and all that shenanigans. So
I mean, you could get Now TV, which is just then that, but then if you want to get all of them, you're talking TNT and all that on top.
Yeah,
£18 in Canada and £9 in America for Peacock.
I'm surprised. Nor that I don't know if I necessarily want this, but you know how it's the whole streaming thing. This is just me off the cuff, by the way.
Oh yeah, you're going.
I'm surprised the Premier League haven't tried to take it all in house themselves.
It's happening.
It's happening.
Something like also because
they're building new premises at Olympia as we speak.
Because like the Premier League could just turn around to go, we'll take it all in house and we'll charge everyone £20 a month or £30 a month to watch every single Premier League game and get access to whatever you want. And do you know what? Like, I'm not a Premier League fan. Well, I like watching the Premier League on a Sunday. I'll watch the Manchester United Arsenal game Sunday and enjoy it, probably in a pub and have a beer. But I would pay probably 25 quid a month if you guaranteed me to watch live any Premier League game whenever I want. The thing about, to your point about the blackout, I hate to say it, but you called this about 4 years ago when they started to do the iFollow stuff and all that. You said this would be what they'd start to lobby for, and I don't say it often, Mickey, but you was right. So there you go.
The problem you've got is this, right? So what I see is happening, right, and it's going to be a few years down the line. So the Sky contract is in place now till I think 2029. Okay, it's a bit convenient that the Premier League is starting to get rid of the people who done iFollow, who was doing their TV stuff and putting it for match of the day and giving footage around and all that lot. So 2029, they're currently in the process of tendering and building new studios in Olympia, in the new building on the old Olympia site where they put their. So they're building a new TV studio and facility there. They've got 3 or 4 years to get stuff right on their own because they're not going to have the iFollow team or IGTV or whatever it is behind them. So they're going to end up having all that practice and get stuff. They've just employed, Premier League has just employed the guy who used to run BT Sport. I think he's now at Premier League. So they're gearing up for what you're saying. And I think that, is it worth taking money out of Sky when you're only taking a little percentage? And what you've got to look at is data. This is what's leading everything in the world. It's the data. So you go to Sky and you pay Sky for your service. Sky has all your data. They know how old you are, what mobile phone you have, what internet, everything, blah, blah, blah. They've got everything. But if you end up taking that service with the Premier League, all of a sudden the Premier League has that data, and advertising, revenue, sponsorship, all the other shit what goes with it will be tailored straight into your inbox.
Do you want
And
a hot
that's
take?
where it is. And also, you've got to ask yourself this one question, right? Over this season, last season, there's been a bigger attempt to dispute IPTV, Fire Sticks, boxes, whatever it is. Saudi Arabia paying £1 billion for their stream, to someone for, streaming stuff, right? So they paid £1 billion out. You look at all of a sudden, NordVPN conveniently is on every fucking football podcast, offering you super duper deals and everything else to be on them. And you're thinking that it don't make sense, because NordVPN is probably the biggest provider of people avoiding being detected to use IPTV. Then while all of a sudden are they on every single available podcast with football related, unless there's something. Sky BT for the last so many years have been sharing server addresses. And now all of a sudden there seems to be geared attack. If you understand it and you look into it, there's supposed to be £2 or £3 million spent on illegal hackers who are disrupting the servers. I think you'll find that boxing's more disrupted than the Premier League, probably because there's more money in things like, DAZN and that. But it's turning. It is turning. You can't deny it. And I think it's all aiming up for this 2028, 2029. The Prem will come in. There'll probably be DAZN with other bits. The AFL will probably they'll do it themselves. And then you'll find that there will be massive disruption.
I just wonder if this is that Mill podcast or if it's Candace Owens going against the Macrons, like how she has been.
No, it's
Macron today. Is this that Mill podcast or is this conspiracy galore?
I think, change the
before,
price, you won't have streaming. You keep the price where you want to fill up your pockets and rip the arse out of it, because why the fuck are we playing for a team like Arsenal or Newcastle or West Ham to buy £100 million player? Because that's where it's coming from, that TV money. If you just sit there and go, look, let fans pay £20, give them a season ticket, let them buy a virtual season ticket to be able to watch, £20, £25 a month. If the money was going to their club, people would do it, but it needs to be done properly. Not like our one where, you can live in America, buy a Millwall TV pass. But the problem is that if it's chosen for showing, then unfortunately you don't necessarily get to watch the game, you get audio. Something needs to be done. It's
never going to happen though, Mick, because there is too much money in it, and that's your point. But I mean, if NordVPN would like to sponsor the channel, please get in touch.
They done it before briefly through Talk Sport, didn't it? When we were Talk Sport,
yeah.
So yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, I want to think you're right in saying that. I reckon in 10 years' time, the Premier League will have 5 slots over a Saturday and a Sunday, 12 p.m, 2 p.m, 4 p.m, 6 p.m, 8 p.m. And it'll be a Saturday and Sunday job here. I can see that happening, and it'll be over streamed online. Sky TV probably won't exist because in 10, 15 years, Sky Sports, it will probably exist, but still nowhere near as much powerful as it is now. But anyway, Frankie, you're going to say something. Go on, mate. What were you going to say?
I don't really get my head around how Sky have sat there and drew the conclusion that what we need right now is to be able to watch more football games. This season across just in Sky, there's 1,215 live games being shown across the EFL Cups and the Premier League.
You know why that happened though, don't you?
One sec, mate. That doesn't include FA Cup. That doesn't include Europa League. That doesn't include international football. That doesn't include Champions League. It doesn't include any of that.
No.
People's interest in football is waning because there's too much fucking football on the TV, and it's on constantly. And you know what, mate? Football largely, particularly Premier League, is just a bit boring these days. If you want to fix football, you want people to pay top money for it. Make it worth watching. Make it interesting. Make the games exciting. It's fucking dull.
Do you know where football's going? And this is there's statistics to sit there and prove it. I've seen some reports and all that they reckon within another 2 years, people won't be watching football on the telly. They'll be watching it on their phones, and more people watch highlights of games on their phone than they do of watching full games. So 5.5, 7.5, 8.5 highlight packages is where the money, and that's where the likes of the Premier League sell to other companies where they then put them out. That's why you'll look at you'll see with Dataco, and it's a bit more technical, but you'll see with Dataco and stuff like that where these streamers and whatnot and these vloggers and everything else coming into grounds. We saw it with Dan where, you know, he's moved off from doing the live streams at game. You will look and see that these are getting more and more controlled. They're controlling their images. They're controlling. I mean, Gracie, who's in our group, he went to the playoff final, I think with Charlton when Charlton was at Wembley, and he was a group of other journalists, and they literally were videoing, like in selfie mode, talking, do a shot to camera with players on the pitch, and they got told off by the FA to basically don't film the pitch when players are on it. That's where we're getting to.
That's the American influence, mate. Particularly you talk about having more of a highlights package, because American audiences genuinely don't have the attention span to watch a 90-minute game, because that's not how American sport works. I don't know how that translates to our game, where it is pretty consistent for 90 minutes. You sit down, you watch it. NFL, but basketball, baseball ain't like that. So I'm not sure how that will translate, but that is largely just the American influence trying to commercialise a sport that's already been commercialised to the nth degree. And they're going to kill it. They're going to kill it eventually. And I think from a Millwall perspective, there's a bit of me that thinks, I don't care. I don't care if the Premier League bubble bursts and suddenly they'll find themselves out of money. I don't care if the Premier League transfer market all goes pop. I don't care. It doesn't impact us really, because we've kept ourselves a bit removed from it.
See, that's it. But I mean, Stuart is a friend of the show. He said, look, it's $200 to watch Millwall games this year. The first 4 games are on Paramount Plus, so it's only the audio allowed for Millwall fans paying that ticket. And as he says there, it's exactly the same price as last year, but they got 4 games less, and that could change more and more. So, you know, you do feel for them, but I just think that I've just checked the figures and the numbers are still going up, so we're okay. We've not bored the shit out of them, but it will do the algorithm fine talking about IPTV, to be fair. So yeah, if we can all mention it in your chat, IPTV, or, you know, streaming, it will fly it up, mate. But I just think you price something right, you eliminate everything else. You know, it's the same as football shirts and all that. You've got, I can't think of the company, that Chinese company, Castle something in it, Gate.
DH Gate, yeah.
Yeah, they do a copy of most Premier League shirts for about 12, 13 quid. And, you know, realistically, that's all the kids want, because they're going to fuck it up. So it's if we knew that the Sky money was actually going to the clubs properly, rather than overinflated prices, we wouldn't necessarily mind paying a little bit more. If you pay, you know, if Sky turned around to you and said, we're going to charge you £40 a month, but every £10 a month throughout your money goes to your club. You can choose what club gets your money. Then great. Yeah. But it ain't. Realistically, out of that money, they go, right, here you go. We give the Premier League 290 million or whatever it is, 1.6 billion or whatever it is. And then it's shared between everyone and anyone. Your club's not getting it, because it's issued out on how much of a draw. And if you are not so much Leeds, because Leeds and Sky love each other, but who else is Nottingham Forest? Maybe is one of the smaller teams in the Prem. They're not going to get a big slice of the pie. They're going to get a lower end piece of it's still going to be a big chunk. But I mean, if we make the Premier League this year and we get in the Premiership, and there's something like fucking £1 billion in there, we're gonna get pocket change. We'll be lucky if we get 15 million, probably 20 million.
It's TV money.
Yeah,
the TV money split equally between all 20 teams as part has been for the Premier League since it started.
Yeah.
The only league in Europe that's not like it is the Liga, where Madrid, Barca, Atletico negotiated their own TV package.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway, Middlesbrough.
Yeah, please. It's 9 o'clock now. Let's talk about the football tomorrow, please.
Middlesbrough tomorrow, gents. Let me come on to the beginning.
Well done, Frankie. Very good.
That's right. I was coming into there next, mate. I'm still
I reckon the Sky shout is good content, but it's for that show that Frankie needs to organise again, because we've done one, and he needs to do another one. After what nonsense. Hey, come on.
So Mill versus Middlesbrough. We've got obviously a good home record versus Boro. recent wins and struggles for consecutive victories by them. I need to go back to the fucking proper sheet what I was on. Where is it? So 2 seconds. There we go. Millwall, obviously, we've won the last 3 against them, drawn 1, and they've won they've won 2 on head to head. Millwall lost just 1 of our last 5 league games versus Boro. Middlesbrough have won 3 of the last 5 games versus Millwall. How the fuck does that work out?
I don't know, Mickey. You're the one that's prepped all the nights. I can tell you we won last year at home 1-0.
Yeah, I've got all of them there. But yeah.
And I think we lost 1-0 at their ground last year, if memory serves me right. Because it was Neil Harris's last game. I've not got him into the show today yet, but there you go.
And he was in earlier on.
You got him in, not me. Yeah, I think Mickey mentioned him. Obviously, he mentioned Ryan Leonard and stuff, didn't he? But yeah, we got Middlesbrough coming to town on the back of a 4-0 drubbing against Doncaster Rovers at home in the Cup. They won 1-0 against Swansea last weekend. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I did look the other night after their defeat. I think they had about 9 players that played on the weekend in their first 11 against Doncaster, right? So they're on. I think obviously they got a win against Swansea. I tipped Swansea to struggle this year, and on the showing of Middlesbrough after Tuesday night against Doncaster, I think their win against Swansea on Saturday wasn't that flattering. So yeah, I'm quite confident going into tomorrow. What do you reckon, Frankie, mate?
I've got them now, by the way. Gone.
Go on, Frankie. What do you reckon? What's your thoughts?
I'm actually a bit nervous after the Doncaster game. I always think they're going to be up for it now. They need to bounce back a little bit, don't they? Because that's an absolute drumming against the League Two side. So poor from them. But we have got a good record. It's a side that we tend to turn up and bully, which I think is quite nice. I can see us doing the same again. I've never been particularly impressed with Joe Edwards' football teams, if I'm going to be completely honest again. So quite quietly confident about tomorrow.
Yeah, I think so too. Mickey, what have you got for us? Come on.
12th of April 2025, Millwall 1-1-0. December 24, Middlesbrough 1-1-0.
Thanks.
January 24, Middlesbrough 1-3-1.
Thanks.
August 23, Millwall 1-1-0.
Who scored that day? Come on, Mickey. Who scored that day? 1-0, August 2023. Who scored that day? I drove 11 hours round trip to go to Boro that day. 1 player assisted, still plays for the club. Let's see if the chat gets it first. Come on. Who scored that day?
2023 or 2024?
2023. You heard it.
First game of season, right?
First game of season.
Yeah,
Raw
first
white
game of
kit.
season, yeah.
Gary Wright made 2 substitutions. The 2 combined. On the left, Amarku beat his man, got down the flank, pulled it back across the box. And who scored? I'm going to put it to the chat.
I don't put it in the chat. Yeah, I'm not going to say.
Chris Brown. Chris Brown's got Mick out of a pickle there.
He ain't got me out of a pickle. And then 14th of Jan 2023, Middlesbrough 1-0. So over the years, Millwall scored 29 goals, Middlesbrough 4. Total matches 28. Millwall's won 10, Middlesbrough's won 11.
Interesting.
And those numbers don't match up. Oh, no, they do. No, they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah, 11 and 7 draws. Yeah, they do. I was looking at the number below it, which said Millwall 29, and I'm looking at it going, hang on, 10, 11, and 7. That don't make 29. What the fuck? But no, average goals per game 2.46.
Thanks, Mickey. Shout out also to Michael, the solar builder, Dan Briggs, and Connor for getting an essay there. Yeah, look, I am relatively confident for tomorrow, I think. I suspect, we'll talk about team news, I suspect it's an unchanged 11 from last Saturday. I don't see any other world where it's not the same 11. So that's obviously Bender in goal. And yes, we did hear that chant on Saturday that we all think we probably would have heard, and that did come out last Saturday. Crammer right back, Doughty left back, Cooper and Tanganga with Denora and Billy Mitchell in the middle, Aziz off the left, Negley off the right, and in the kind of behind the striker position was Coburn with Ivanovic as well. Kind of both of them taking turns up top. Yeah, I think unchanged 11 is probably fitting. What do you reckon, Frankie? I don't see any word where it's not, that, to be honest.
No, I completely agree, mate. It'd be silly to change it, right? It's a settled 11. It worked. Go out and do the business again, boys.
Not bad options off the bench, Mickey, with Macaulay Langstaff getting the winner on Saturday.
This Saturday, you mean? Yeah. Oh, last Saturday, yeah. I'm fucking lost now, mate. I'm like, I'll give
Still
up,
trying
mate.
to do the maths from his sheet earlier.
I don't think you've really enjoyed Macaulay Langstaff enough today after his winner last Saturday, and I don't think you're getting your flowers either. So we need to give some moments. And everyone in the chat, you know, the Macaulay Langstaff fan club is over there. I mean, how did you feel Saturday when he scored, Mickey? Come on, tell us. What was the emotion?
I love it
What was
every
your
time he
instinct?
fucking scores, because all I get on the group chat is "fuck off, Mickey, fuck off, Mickey, fuck off, Mickey," and that's it. You know, it's to me, it's enjoyable. And the thing is, what I like about it is, look, right, if he gets sold tomorrow, if he gets loaned out tomorrow, I couldn't give a fuck, because his confidence now is sky high. And I think that realistically, if your confidence is up, he will get there. We've now got Alfie, who is sticking balls in and playing well. He's starting to... The players now are confident in him and passing the ball. Saville, Honeyman never used to like to fucking pass the ball to
You
him.
lose so much credibility when you say something like that at the end. For me, like
Watch the games. Watch the
bollocks.
games last season.
Bollocks.
Right.
It's not
Okay.
the players didn't
I
want to
will-
pass to
I
him. It's
will-
the
I will
setup
s-
and how we played.
No,
I think
bullshit. Bullshit.
You lose.
Bullshit.
You make such good points about the players we've signed, and then you say the players previously didn't want to pass to him.
I will
You
go
just-
through.
you
I will look
instantly
through the
lose
old
so much
games,
credibility
and I
when you
hope
say
that
that.
they're wide angles where you can see, and you can see them where fucking Langstaff is in open space and fucking screaming for the ball.
How many times did he
and they
make
go,
runs like that last season? He made. I can remember one occasion against Luton at home when we lost 1-0, where he hit the post when he was through on goal and he started the game. That's the only time I can
I'm
remember.
not
him doing
about
it
him
last
having
season.
shots. I'm
And
not
I'm
about
not-
the fact
no.
that he's
He
open.
come on as a sub that game.
Exactly, but my point is it's not about him or the players. It's about the setup and how the team played previously that dictated to how he never got the service. Sure enough, we're going away from home against Norwich, a team we normally sitting deep against. They're obviously coming at us because they want to win the game. And what do you know? There's spaces on the break. Doughty gets the ball, does brilliantly, feeds him through, and he tucks it away at Langstaff. And you know what? I think everyone was happy for him. Mickey obviously is the fan club over there and loves the fella more than anyone I reckon out there in this world. But my point is, like, I don't think you can turn around and say, the players didn't want to pass to him. I could just tell you that the setup last season didn't suit him. But
I don't
how we
disagree
play
with you.
now,
I really
but
don't disagree
you
with you
can't,
that the
you
setup-
can't say people didn't want to pass to him. It's bollocks.
Mate, you just need to look at it
You
and look
can't.
at the whole part around it. There was times where we could go forward with the ball. Langstaff's there. We can go forward with the ball, or we can just pass it back and fucking let the keeper have a feel of it. And there was times
that's the system, though,
shut up
isn't
a
it?
minute, both of you. Just
But
shut
that
up
is
for
the-
one
that's-
minute.
that is
Just
literally-
shut up for 1 minute.
It's passing
Right.
it back or passing
You-
it forward.
There's no compromising.
No.
There's
No.
no compromising.
If they don't, yeah, but the problem is we were going forward. They look up and go. It was as if Langstaff is that fat kid who you didn't want to pick on your team, and you just go. A bit like me, Omar, when we were at fucking 5-a-side, mate. You know, I was good for going in for the tackle, but no cunt wanted to pass the ball to me when I was in front of goal. Do you know what I mean? Everyone wanted to pass the ball when they were coming under attack, so everyone would come towards them because I'd elbow him off the fucking pitch. But if you put me in front of goal, even you can't. You wouldn't pass me the ball in front of goal because you'd think fat cunt would fuck it up. So
Can you
that's
blame
it.
it?
Am I wrong, Omar? Am I wrong in that analogy there? You never used to pass me at
It just
5-a-side.
yeah, but that's 5-a-side amongst blokes
didn't you
who
pass it,
can't kick the ball.
Why
for
didn't you pass it
coffee.
me?
But this is
You want
professional
me to attack
football.
players and knock them off the ball, but you wouldn't
my
give me the ball to score.
God. Oh my god!
But to
Go on,
Mick,
Frankie.
just on your point there, is all right. So fair enough. They weren't passing to him. Let's just assume you're right. Is it also safe to assume that at a certain point last season, mainly after the Luton game, and mainly after he was inexplicably dropped after Preston when he did score and actually started to look better, at a certain point last season, right, Langstaff stopped making the run. Let's be honest, he did.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. But then again,
and that screamed to a player that was lacking confidence last season.
Yep.
He's got one. Hopefully now he goes and gets what he needs to do. Go and get one tomorrow, and then the monkey is well and truly off his back, and then he can start flying. It probably won't happen, but let's see.
But it's an interesting point what Mark Murphy just said. Doughty isn't affected, right?
I'm fucking over them both.
Doughty isn't affected by what happened in the past. If he sees the
Yeah.
past, he makes it pretty simple. I used to always contest this with my friends and we go to football, right? And yes, I do have friends before someone says anything. And I used to always say we sign players like Richard Chaplow. I remember we signed Richard Chaplow on loan from Southampton, and he looks mustard for 5 games because he's come from a Southampton side that play a footballing system, knock it about, and you watch them play, you're like, fuck me, they stand out. But sure enough, after 3 to 6 months with us, when they used to play in the Millwall way, when it is at the time, when it was like rigid and less and more structured, less fluid, players then kind of, as a result, just don't play to their ability anymore. And I think it falls a lot into the system. And Mickey is not spot on. Connor, come on, that's not on. What are you doing?
Listen, what I'm saying is this, right? There
What
was
are we
a
doing
listen, I don't give a shit, and it could be really deep, but you had the Serb and you had Langstaff, 4 goals on the trot. We were winning, they were doing well, they were starting to form a partnership. Then all of a sudden, it went, my crippled mate from Wales is back. He comes in and you lot come out. And it was literally...
That is right.
Listen, if the manager...
That's not wrong. That's not the point you're trying to make, though.
No, but what I'm saying is, if the manager doesn't trust you, then it portrays an image. And am I saying that every available opportunity they didn't want to pass? I would say that, anyone on there who wants to flick through and look and get clips, you'll see that there are times, and I saw it when we were watching the games live, you sit there, look at it, and you go, pass to Langstaff. Langstaff's there. He's not going to go on to score, obviously, because of the whatever reason, but the ball was there for an opportunity for him to take the ball, pass it on, and they chose an option where it didn't. There were certain players that did it, and it was just like, why? But now...
Who out of curiosity, in your head, who did it?
He says
Langstaff,
Savile.
Honeyman and Savile.
He said it right there.
Are the ones that did pass to Langstaff or
No, didn't.
Do you maybe think that, without being a bit snidey, do you maybe think some of the players we had last year were just not good enough to start picking some of his passes out, mate?
Go on.
Like, do you think maybe we've just got a better football team now?
Leave George Savile alone, though. And Honeyman.
And you're going to hate this so much, so don't start backing me up too much. And we've got a manager who knows how to set a team up and organise a tactic where people can thrive. I don't think it's this. I very much doubt Honeyman and Savile were sitting there on a WhatsApp group going, "We won't pass to him today, fuck him."
Do you know what?
Come on.
I will go as far to say, even I can't dispute that last comment. Do you know what?
No,
and you say I might not like it.
Right.
Even I can't dispute that last comment because the impact that manager has had on us, Alex Neil, it's beyond my wildest dreams when he came in January. Beyond my absolute wildest dreams. I didn't think he'd have the impact he's had on the players. I didn't think he'd have this sort of relationship with the club the way he's had it. I didn't think the fans would take to it the way they did. I thought he'd be a safe, decent appointment that would stabilise us after a lot of uncertainty after Edwards and then Harris going. I couldn't tell you. I don't think anyone could have predicted the impact this fella's had on us. No. And it is just unbelievable. And the geezer deserves his flowers so much for that. And I truly hope it just delivers the season the way it has started. Because fuck me, we're on for a good season, boys. Because you know what? Saturday was just such a good day. Like, everything about it. It was a typical away day. It had everything that you'd want. I even sat in a rooftop bar in the sun in Norwich. I didn't think that would ever happen. Then I go and watch my beloved Millwall play, win 2-1 away from home against a side I've never seen us win at their grounds. Like, it was brilliant. And that's what I want as a Millwall fan. And we play exciting, front foot, attacking football. And yeah, as much as I love Harris, that would never have happened on Saturday if he was in charge in the dugout. And I'll happily admit that.
Andy Herbert has said something else there. Andy Herbert's basically come in with another one there and said, when have you ever seen us have more than 2 strikers? We've got Coburn, Serb, Langstaff, Nesbitt. When in my life? Don't stop there, Andy, because don't forget, we have AJ. We also have Lovelace.
Yeah.
We also have...
who's the one? The youngster. Who's the youngster?
Striker.
But who's the youngster as well? The 17-year-old. Come on. The club really rate. Come on.
I'm not mentioning his name.
Sheldon Kendall.
Well, that's the last time you will see Omar. Omar is now being transferred to Fat Dan show. But actually, he was doing his audition for Actor Millwall last weekend. So,
no idea about. Yeah. To be fair, even I don't remember doing that, but there you go. That says a lot more about me than anyone else, doesn't it? Let's be honest. Do you know what? Even on, I bumped into plenty of people that are in this chat probably tonight. I remember saying hello to so many people, but I don't remember names. I don't remember a lot, but I remember Mill winning 2-1 away from home. So that sums up a good away.
Do you know what? We have got about 7 or 8 strikers. Do you know that?
We do. We have plenty.
That's
of strikers.
fucking mental. When have we ever had that many strikers? ever.
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
know,
We're
it's
going
not bad, is it?
to we're going to win the league, mate. That's
We're
it.
gonna fucking go up. I've never been more certain we're going up this
No,
year.
nor
Never
am
been
I.
more
Nor
certain.
am I. Yeah. I have, yeah.
I'm waiting for
get
Frankie.
your-
Frankie's gonna poo it. I'm waiting for it.
Go on,
He's gonna
Frankie.
poo it. He's gonna poo
No,
it.
I agree. I think we are going to go up, and the problem is because I think we're going to go up. Every single time there's a game now, I think to myself, big game. It's the second game of the season. I'm looking at Middlesbrough going, big game.
I know.
What the
We
fuck
were
is
looking-
going on?
We were talking, obviously, like with the Charlton game coming up, and I can't go to Charlton. I was fucking just got a ticket, and then I've had to let go because I can't because my girl's now going to uni, so I'll be taking her there. And we're like, it's going to be a shit game. We know it's going to be a shit game, but it's more about we just can't get beat by them. That's the whole point of that game is we just can't be beat by them.
I'm never more certain we turn up there and win comfortably.
No,
I mean
yeah.
it. I mean it.
But you know what I mean, though, with that feeling of going, we
Yeah.
just can't. I can't be doing with that Daily Mirror going, oh yeah, it's a 6-pointer because that always fucking works.
Do you know what though? It's like the thing.
I've
the
seen
thing is-
Omar sleeping on the bench outside the ground.
Never. That's one of my most vibrant when I'm at Millwall. But no. But yeah. But what was I going to say? No, the only thing that could destabilise all of this is if I just want to get to the end of August. Just get me to pass the deadline. That's the only thing in my eyes that can destabilise any of this optimism I have right now. Just get me past August, and then I will sit there very happy.
Debbie says she loves it when Omar is giddy.
I do get very giddy sometimes. I can't help
And
it.
it's-
It's what Millwall does to me.
And it's ER because he's weird. It's the English version of Omar. Not,
I think everyone at Millwall calls me Omar, but yeah, there you go.
no, that's it. That's it.
People.
Right. Before we're going, get your scores in. Time to hit the comments. Get your scores in the comments. Just to tell you, obviously, what we do with YouTube, nothing to do with us. Right now, Andrew Roberts is number 1. R. Debs is number 2. And Connor Punk is number 3 on the top fans on YouTube. So, yeah, get your comments in now. Omar, scores for tomorrow.
1 second, Mickey, because I always find when I do this and then put that and then you flash it on here, you get a flooded of them. I'm not saying people don't listen to us, but when you put score predictions on the screen, it encourages the comments. And
Apart from the fellow who's 20 minutes late.
Well, I'm looking out for it. It's Simon Oxley. I'm looking out for it in about 20 minutes' time in the chat with the score predictions.
He put a message up about 20 minutes ago saying that Omar did say he could beat me in the race.
Yeah, he did actually. I saw that. I think Millwall win 1-0 tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be a cagey affair, but I think we score early, and I think we control the match from there on in. That's what I am going to go with. 1-0 Millwall. Goal scorer is going to be Josh Coburn against his old club. There you go, Mickey. That's my prediction. 1-0 to Millwall.
Frankie?
2-0.
Press like if you're watching on YouTube. Press like. Numbers are shit. Press like and subscribe. Off you go. Quick.
2-0. Coburn and Aziz.
Don't get me wrong. I'd love to see us win 4-0. I'll be over the moon. But I just think I think we'll be comfortable, but 1-0 win. Mickey, what do you reckon?
I am going to go with a 2-1 win.
I think there's a workman-like chug about this side. Yeah. I think we're just going to dispose of opponents left, right, and centre. Bosh, thank you. Let's go. Roll on to next Saturday. Sheffield United win that 1-0. Bosh, thank you. Let's go. Ryan Reynolds comes to town. Deadpool's dressed up, and we beat him 5-0. Job done. Thank you very much. Come on, your lines.
We'll come on to them in a minute. Gaz Line, just before I do the scores, Gaz Line is obviously we know that 2014-15, I think we had slightly. But 87, maybe 85, 86, 80, mid-division. On the 86, 87 team, we focused on youth there, and then the late in the 70s when we nearly went up, we focused heavily on youth there as well because we won. Didn't we use the FA Cup then as well, and then the next one? So yeah, let me know on that one.
Do you want me to read out the score predictions, Mickey?
Go on then. I was just about to fucking go through them and starting with, I know, Andrew Roberts. No, yeah, go on.
There's loads further up. You've got 2-0 from Luke MFC. Dan says Mill 3, Barbara 0. 5-1 from Daily Millwall. 2-0 from Tommy MFC. Everyone's saying we're going to win. 2-0, Josh and AJ from Peter Sullivan. I like that. 1-0 from London Lion. Great minds think alike. 3-0 from B Lion. We've also got 2-0, but Cohen won't score from Andrew Roberts. Are you for Andrew Roberts? 2-0 Nisbet and Ivanovic from Connor. 3-0 Ivanovic, Coben and Negley from the Solar Builder. Millwall 3, Boro 0 from Henry Smith. Millwall 1, Middlesbrough 0 from Chris Brown. 5-0 Wall from Andy Herbert. 2-0 Negley and Tanganga from Luke MFC. And 2-0 Wall Coben to score from Flocky. 3-1 from Born 3 Die 3. Big fucking Serbian Aziz and Pele Langstaff. 1-1 R Debs. Mickey Turner Ockers reading my head in. I said 2-0 earlier with Cooper and Aziz from Mark Murphy. 4-1 Wall from Lions Raw. 2-0 Millwall from Curtis Gallery. This is a lot of comments.
Keep putting them in the comments. Keep going.
3-1
Keep going in the comments.
Mighty Lions. Cooper Negley. Woburn with the goals. 2-1 from Andrew Cahill. 2-0 from Dan Riggs. Negley, Coburn. 2-1 Coburn against his old club.
Keep in the comments.
2-1 Cooper and Doughty from Gaz London.
Keep going.
And 2-0 Millwall from Mark Barrett. And over to the final score. Thank you, Connor. And now, passing back over to Mickey.
Thank you very much. So then, I suppose something what I wanted to put on earlier, but we didn't. And I'm going to go there. There you go. So then, gents. The new shirt's out. The blue, obviously, we've got the round neck. The home shirt, we've got the white shirt, which is the away, which isn't white. If you look on the website, it's Ivy, or is it Ivy? Not Ivy, not Ivy. Yeah, fucking hell. Ebony, is it whatever fucking? What's Elephant's Trust made of? Can't pronounce it. I'll give up.
What is Elephant's
Trust
made of? Trust?
Tusk.
Help him out. Tusk.
It's going for the word ivory.
Thank you.
That's it.
I thought I'm just going to sit aside and enjoy watching the struggle. To be honest with you.
Yeah. Thanks for that, wanker. And then obviously we have the black shirt. So look, they're on the screen now. As 1 is home, 2 is white, cream, ivory, 3 is black. I want you in the comments to put them in the order you rate them. Me personally, I go white just slightly above the black, blue last. If the white had the Roaring Lion like the black, or if the blue had the Roaring Lion like the black, then yeah, but I like the Roaring Lion. I think that is traditional Millwall. That's probably the age group. Omar, yours? What's your favourite, mate?
My favourite is the home shirt, followed by the third shirt, followed by the second shirt. I think the second shirt for me is not to my liking, but I'm not one of those that gets too high and mighty about kits. I really like the third kit, fairness to Millwall. Black and red, I'm not minding it. And yeah, I think the home top for me is a winner, and it's going to be the shirt that gets Mill promoted to the Premier League, so it's going to go down in folklore.
Be the black one, but yeah, go on. Frankie?
The away kit first for me, then the navy kit, then the black one last. They're all nice kits. I just don't think there's something particularly right about Millwall being in black and red. I know we've done it before, but I think it looks weird. But
Flash it back up again, Mickey.
But the lion on the third kit's quality.
What do you want me to do?
Flash it back up again. We've gone back to the old lion though. Come on, Frankie. Not the old lion, but I like it.
Yeah,
I like that we've gone back to that lion.
It is nice. It's a bit nice touching it, but out of the 3, that's my least favourite.
I'd like to see us go back to that lion. I'll be honest.
Do you know why we've gone back to that line?
Tell me.
It's because I believe that the club has now copyrighted all the old badges again. What previous people in charge allowed them to disappear under it, and also let Millwall CAF use the logo for free, and now it's all been taken back, which is great. And hopefully they've taken back from a certain clothes manufacturer who is friend of certain shows how the fuck he managed to copyright or trademark No One Likes Us when it's been around since probably before he was even born. I do not know.
A lot of people...
That's the old watch. What allowed that to happen?
I am not going to read every single comment out, but the consensus seems to be white, black, blue in order, roughly. Is that fair to say? I think a lot of people are going white, black, blue.
No.
Most people got the home kit last. If you read through it,
home kit last. Yeah.
And I think it's the toss up between the white and the black.
I
Interesting.
do think the blue, considering that it was meant to be around the first team kit from 140 years ago, I think it just, to me, what they should have done is possibly put the MFC, you know, the MRFC on there, on the middle of the shirt, for that little kickback to the original, and then maybe done a different logo, maybe for Maguire, or put it in a slightly different place. But I think they missed a trick there. But as in, I think whoever's done it or whatever it is, I think the thinking around the shirts is great. Everyone loves a white shirt or an ivory shirt, which I can say now, and no's taking the piss out of me. That's discrimination. Do you know what I mean? Just because I can't speak properly, it's not my fault. I think what they've done is the white shirt with a certain age group loves the white shirt with Millwall, the badge and everything else with Millwall. They love it. And also it goes well with that gold badge, 140 year stuff. I think the Roaring Lion, again, attracts a different level of the fan base. So what we've done is we've got 3 shirts what are attracted to 3 different age groups or 3 different versions of our fan base. And potentially you will sell all of them rather than people will go over that one. If you had to buy one shirt and one shirt only, and we don't buy them, if I had to buy one shirt only, I would buy the black.
A bit off topic, but well, go on, Frankie. Actually, go first. Before I go.
If we go up this year, I will buy every single one of them tops.
Yeah,
every single one.
Yeah,
and I will live in them for the rest of my life.
Interesting from Gaz London there. When did the 140th anniversary become a thing? I'm sure they've been saying the 140th anniversary most of summer.
The actual 140 year anniversary, and Gaza London knows, is October the 6th was our first game.
But the club have been doing it all summer, is my point. They've been tarting that about and mentioning that. Yeah,
they are working fucking hard on things coming, so I'm led to believe, for other people. And I would just say, yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff coming. So yeah.
For me, a lot of people don't like the middle. If they'd done the old lion or the Royal Lion home shirt, just that without the circle around it in the middle, I think it's a winner. I think it'd be unbelievable. I like the home kit anyway, but I think if they had that, I mean, I was going to, a bit off topic, but random one. The last 20 years, what's been the best home shirt? So if we go back to 20 years, you've got the Becco with the white stripes either side. That's what I remember. Ben May scoring goals for us that year, 20 years ago. And
like what's on our new one? You mean?
Yeah, that was the line was there, but the double line was there. But my point is, what's your favourite home kit? Someone said about going back to Dundee Blue. I loved our 125 year kit. I think that's been my favourite home kit for the last 20 years. If you remember, it was the CYC, and this is when Mickey normally goes, Chelsea, you're holiday. Yeah, thank you. I didn't want to say the C-bomb today because I said it earlier.
I found another story, which I'll tell you in a minute. Go on. See you later, Frankie.
Yeah, see you later, Frankie. But no, I do think like they've done the home kit well, and I think everyone's saying it's money, it's expensive, but again, talking about the whole football landscape, it is just about making money nowadays as best way as possible. And I think Mill will get a good balance out of it. The match experience is better. Everything's quite shabby. Can
we just say, Dan, you were fucking wrong. The first Millwall kit of 1885 had MRFC because it was Millwall Rovers. It didn't become Millwall Football Club until a few years later, mate. So the first kit back then was round neck, and it had MRFC. And I will put the picture in our group chat in a while for you, so you can sit there and just say, "Oh yeah, you're right, Mickey," as you always end up doing.
Everyone's saying old kits, but I said last 20 years. The rhyming kit was just out of that 20-year period, guys. Thank you.
The best one for the last 20 years was that one, mate.
Oh, that's where he's gone. I didn't like that one.
And if you'll recognise who signed that.
Yeah. Super Nil Harris. Here we go. Let him cook.
I mean, that's there for the isn't it? That's there for the playoff goal, isn't it? That's where that.
Well, if we don't go up, I probably only bought it. I probably bought that after we went up, mate.
Late in May 2017. Moro score.
Yeah, I like that as well. I like the fact that Maguire allowed the colour of their logo to be changed due to the colour of the shirts. I think that's a good one. So yeah, I think that's why they got the green shirt last year. To be fair, that's why I heard, but I don't know how true it is. So here's Here's one for you, what I heard today, and I'm not going to say how I heard it, but it's from within my industry of where I work as things. So Millwall years ago when they were at the old Den were obviously they wanted to redevelop where they were. And I don't know the exact person, but it's someone connected with who owned and sold it. So John William Close and all that lot where it was there. Some fella went round buying all the leasehold, all the freehold up and all the property in the area because he fucking couldn't stand Millwall. And he wanted to build houses there to make sure that Millwall couldn't expand. Hence why Millwall was not being able to do the Den up and had to move. And hence why all the houses went up from there, which I found out today. And I was like, really? And they went, yeah. It was purely, he said, it's really bitter what he did. But it was literally because at the time he just couldn't stand Millwall. I don't know if he was another football fan or whatever it was, but literally it done that and went from there. And you just think, fuck yeah, now. So, yeah.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah. It is, mate. So yeah, fuck you. That's a class shirt, mate. LD.
Yeah.
That's a class shirt. And the one from the business.
South London Press is a good one. The business one. The business one is the
one with the badge right in the middle.
Is that Goodbye Charlie Bright or the business?
Yeah. No. Goodbye Charlie Bright. Yeah. Goodbye. The yellow one. Yeah.
Yeah. Georgia.
And then they done the white, didn't they? And did they do the red? So yeah, the new shirt. Yeah. Say in the collar. I think that's it. Probably a Vermin supporter. Probably.
I think we're done.
I think we are pretty much done, mate. Frankie, final words to you, sunshine. What you got? We'll see each other tomorrow, no doubt, and I will see the bald-headed one as well. So yeah, but some final words.
The bald-headed one. You are the bald-headed one.
No, if Omar bends down, you'll see what I mean.
There you go. You happy?
Yeah, no.
This is what it's like to have hair. Anyway, go on.
I think should be good tomorrow. First time game of the season. Everyone's been looking forward to it. Lovely weather. I'm sure I'll see both of you down in the fan zone at some point. If any of you see us, make sure to say hello. But yeah, can't wait for tomorrow.
Omar, anything you want to say, fella? Final words to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Millwall playing 4-4 fucking 2. There you go. I'm done.
Oh yeah, sorry. Just before we do that, and everyone switched off. Come back. If anyone knows of a serving US Royal Marine who's based in this country, however way you know how to get in touch with us, and let me know because I'm looking for one. I want a US Royal Marine to wear the white, their proper uniform. Just think of Officer and a Gentleman. I think it is that uniform. I'm after a US Marine. So if anyone knows one, let me know. Other than that, that's it from us. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow us across social media. Tell your mates, share it everywhere. Come on, Millwall. Let's go smash the Boro tomorrow. Laters.
Oh, giddy up and get away. Oh, we're going Millwall and we're going today. Here we go. Rocking on.